cry on her father's shoulder. Her own father, Josiah Lang, one of Chicago's top attorneys, a progressive, a friend of Clarence Darrow's no less, could have shut her classmates up with a single riposte. There had been a time when she would have run to him, when she valued his affection and good opinion above all others. What a joke that had turned out to be. She had sought out the other 4 women in the class, thinking that together they might lighten each other's burdens. But 2 had dropped out in the first couple of months, and the other 2 were so competitive they would not so much as speak to her. They seemed to hate her even more than the men did. And then there was Quentin. Even if she had come to Rush in search of a man, which she most emphatically had not, the quality of her male classmates would have rapidly put her off her quest. Louts. Imogen had always imagined physicians to be a valiant example of the human male, rational and scientific, eager to be of service, even chivalrous. From what Avalon did such paragons arise? Certainly not from the Rush College class of 1916. Except for Quentin. Quentin stood a good 5 inches taller than Imogen, who at 5'9.5" was taller than most women. She loved the Euclidean angularity of him, the way he bent his neck forward to engage with his shorter colleagues, the loose-limbed way he would unfurl a long arm to point something out, a hawk riding a thermal over Lake Michigan, the sunlight blazing in the library windows. He had a disarming way of folding himself into or over a chair. He was incapable of sitting up straight anywhere except the dinner table, where he looked positively architectural. Everywhere else he slouched, he draped, he accordioned himself into, around, or over whatever support was available. His physical being was a lovely contrast to his rationality. Professor Coughlin had posed him a question in cellular biology class once, something about mitosis, and Quentin had stood there mute, head bent, arms folded, still as a lamppost. Coughlin was sadistic enough to let dullards hang for ages before he would bail them out by posing the question to someone else. On this occasion, he emitted an exasperated sputter. "Come, come, Mr. Goodchild, it's not a difficult question." "It is for me, sir, because I'm thoughtful." Everyone had laughed, including Imogen, because it was clear that Quentin's cranium was indeed humming all the time. And he did manage to retrieve the right answer before the laughter had quite faded from the hall. Sometimes when they went for walks around the campus or farther afield, he would be silent so long that Imogen would begin to get annoyed. "If you don't want to be here," she would begin. "Sorry, I was just imagining the future when this is just a memory. Us walking down Harrison Street on a sunny day in 1916. How can that ever not be real, not be present? It'll be gone by tomorrow, sooner even. But this heat on my skin, those twin curls on your neck, they're just like parentheses. It's all so vivid, so real. How can it not be forever?" Because nothing is forever, Imogen wanted to say, but found herself silenced by his noticing her curls. In moments of absolute honesty, she could admit that she enjoyed the way he responded to her, the way he might tremble a little when helping her with a coat, a scarf, or even a book, or when they sat side by side, how he would tilt a little away from her to avoid the most innocent touch. Once, when they had both pointed to a page at the same time, their bare hands had collided, and he'd reacted as if she were a red-hot poker, his cheeks turning scarlet. She was aware of possessing such power over him, and she did not like the part of herself that was gratified. All men were idiots when it came to lust, so she tried not to